My name is Kindrie Grove, and I'm a professional artist and art instructor. Probably the clearest thing that I can say I'm trying to express is sort of the essence or the spirit of the animals that I'm painting. Some of the movement and the motion, kind of the inner spirit, and finding ways to connect people to that through the work.
Kindrie Grove captures and extracts strengths. These details are of paramount importance to Kindrie in her work. She has roots in Alberta and some formal instruction at the Alberta College of Art and Design in Calgary. Penticton, BC is her home for the past 14 years. In that time, she has managed to take something that she loves, animals, and create expressive art with a connectable spirit.
I work with photography, I work with my own field drawings and studies, and I also work intuitively, where I just allow things to come through. And sometimes during each of those processes, I'll have a very clear idea of what the painting is going to look like. And then it's really important at some point through the process to let go of that and just allow the work to become what it's meant to be. Because the more I try to control the process as the artist, the less of an effortless quality comes through. It's like connecting to a flow of creativity. You release your attachment to how it's going to end up, and you need to kind of control the outcome, and you end up with work that I think in a lot of ways can be a lot more powerful than when you are trying to control it. And the way I'm working now, I'm looking more to find a way to bring out the essence of the subject as opposed to the surface detail and texture. The way I used to paint, I was putting a lot of detail into the animals and into the backgrounds. And the process that I find myself working in now is much more about saying more with less. I often just use a color field, brush strokes, textural brush strokes in the background. But for myself, it's more important that people have a very, very strong, very direct connection to the animal itself.
Growth in an artist is of paramount importance. And with Kindrie, that means exploring the gamut from drawing to painting to sculpture. All the while, she pulls lessons from her past. A nurturing environment cements a foundation and fosters Kindrie's growth as an artist.
Right from my earliest memories, I can remember drawing, and my mom, who was a painter in her spare time and a graphic artist, was sort of my earliest teacher. She would show me how to do some things. I've always been really interested in animals. I grew up on a horse farm, and so we had lots of animals around, so it was kind of a first love as well. And I always had a horse physically in my life that I interacted with. And when I gave my horse away to a good friend of mine in Calgary, that was when I started to actually be drawn to paint them and sculpt them. I got a lot of support from my family. There was never a, well, you can't do that. You'll never make a living as an artist, that sort of thing. It was really up to me to choose what I wanted to do, and I was supported fully.
Art seems to choose Kindrie as much as Kindrie chooses art. Sharing her talents with others is equally important as her art. She opens her studio to students, offering what she calls studio sessions that are self-directed classes with a bit of fundamental instruction as a base. She then augments her art instruction by adding DVDs and the internet to help widen the scope of her endeavors.
I try to expose people to as much as possible in terms of techniques, styles, and ways of working, and it's actually opened and broadened doors for me in terms of my own creativity because of the inspiration I gain from seeing other people pursue it. I often use the analogy with my students. If you're just starting out, just beginning the process of learning, you need to treat that inner artist in yourself like you would a small child that's learning to draw and paint. And think about what you would say to them to encourage them and to help them along. And use those words for yourself, because so often we're really hard on ourselves. If we don't feel like we have the innate talent to do it right away, it's almost like an illusion that you can't do it at all. So I think it's a matter of just giving yourself time, being patient, and doing, the actual doing, because you got to practice it, whatever it is.
Reflecting on the ebb and flow of creativity and inspiration in her works, both as an artist and a teacher, Kindrie definitely knows her place in the world of art by being true to whichever avenue of either effort she pursues.
It's a very healing process for people. The more avenues we have for self-expression, I think the healthier we are as people. I've, I guess in a way, been blessed with an ability to do this, and through developing it over my life up to this point, it very much feels like it's important to share that with other people. And in some ways to help other people reach that point too. I mean, really, it sort of balances, and there's sort of a flow back and forth between pursuing my own work and working with other people and helping them to develop their own skills. And really, I'm finding the more I do it, the more I enjoy doing it in terms of the teaching side. I don't know, life's a journey, right? And you don't really know what the destination is. It's all about the process. So wherever I'm led, as long as I guess I'm true to myself, that's the main thing.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.